change, and then there are typical words.
Medically, thankfully, I was fine, but I just had like terrible nausea all through the 9 months. I was throwing up. I could barely eat. I lost a lot of weight in my pregnancy. My first 3 months were miserable, and I mean, I wasn't prepared for that to begin with.
Did that worry you? Like,
Everyone,
did it like, because you always have this preconceived notion that it's always, glow and happy pictures, and, people always like look at women in like beautiful oversized peasant dresses lying down in fields when they're pregnant.
And I've heard that your hair becomes glorious and your skin shines. And I was like, 1 minute, where are all those endorphins? Where are all these happy hormones? Why isn't it happening to me? But well, on a more serious note, the minute Neil was born, things changed. It was just magical. I don't know, maybe I was just really lucky. The minute my baby was on my chest, nobody really prepared me for that moment. It was in the most wonderful, the most spiritual way that I could ever think about. The feeling was surreal, and I was just filled with so much gratitude. I had an entire night-long labor, and I was chanting through my delivery process, and I was trying to meditate and do all those gazillion things that I was told about, that just focus, chant, do this, do that.
I need to interrupt. So the gazillion things that one prepares for, and that's why I didn't prepare, because somebody told me, not somebody, my mom just said, you don't need to do all this, because actually when you go into labor, you're going to forget it. Did you remember all the things you prepared for, or was it just like, a complete hogwash? You're just like, what's going on? I don't know. Because it's a lot.
So for me, no, I agree with you. So for me, nobody was allowed to enter the hospital because this was through COVID. Neil was born in April. We were still reeling from the after effects of COVID. The hospital shut down. The maternity ward wasn't allowing any visitors. It was just the mom plus the father. That mother and father were allowed inside. Luckily for me, my younger sister is a doctor in the same hospital. So she was allowed inside.
So which hospital was this? Where was all this happening?
Breach Candy.
And is she a gynec, or was she a specialist, or what?
She's under Dr. Farooq Udvadia.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah. So she was with me and my husband in the labor room, in the OT, while I was in labor, through it all through the night. And yeah, I was lucky to have a fabulous team of doctors. I was also extremely lucky that my husband was so supportive through it all.
What does that mean? What is that when you say?
Even though, sorry, go on.
No, go ahead. No, that was my question. Like when you said supportive, so in what way did you think that was happening?
So even though I forgot and I did not remember what to do through my entire labor process, it was Gautam who was telling me to calm down, holding my hand, taking me through it. Even though he's a far more paranoid person than I am, personality-wise, but at this moment, I guess you see the person's true personality and true colors only through these crucial times. And Gautam was super calm. He was like in some Zen mode. And yeah, we were just together, and it was just the two of us. So we actually quite enjoyed our birthing process.
That's so beautiful. And the fact is that the way you said that the pregnancy was, it was all kinds of different from what you'd imagine it to be, and then the birthing process was so beautiful, and the fact that you're blessed that you had the opportunity of also having a husband and your sister along with you, and literally, I'm not saying that the more the merrier, but it's just so reassuring to see so many people who you can call family, and to have them around. Now, that's the birthing process. And what happened? So the minute Neil was out, like, what was the feeling? What was your first latch? Did he come straight to you? What was going on in your head when that happened? I'm sorry, but I asked Bharti this question right before we did the live with you, and there was a moment where she got all teary-eyed and she started crying. So if you're feeling emotional or whatever you're feeling, you must tell us, because I really have goosebumps every time I ask this question, because for every mom, it's so different and it's so similar.
And at the same time, I love how we are all just so connected. So Bharti was in the hospital exactly 1 week before me. and she had the exact same team as mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And have your
doctor
sons met after that?
No, never, not yet.
Okay.
And well, the doctors were telling me, they were like, "Arey, aap chinta mat karo. Abhi Bharti ma'am ka delivery hua tha." And I was like, "Okay, great." So this was the nursing staff that was reassuring me and telling me, "Don't worry, it'll be all good. There's no need to stress. Just relax." All of that.
Yeah, I know. We've got your fans on the page who are saying Golu. Yes, we did a live with Bharti and Golu because that's sort of. But it's amazing how the staff is just always so calm. They're like, kuch nahi ye wo, and then suddenly they'll be like, abhi karna padega surgery. Wo baby ko aise lag raha hai thoda trauma ho raha. I'm like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
Like, no.
Scary words. Like exactly. Like what are you trying to say?
Yeah. So what?
But
was
well,
that? When you saw him for the first time, did he come to you? Did he lash? Was he sent away?
I
What
wanted
was that?
it that way.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So I told my gynac that the minute Neil is born, I want him on my chest, and I want skin to skin.
Yeah.
So we did that. He was on me. It's this may sound very filmy, and pardon my exaggerated version of this, but I'm a new mom. And I am also a very filmy person, obviously.
That's great. I wonder why.
Exactly. I really felt like it was a moment from the movies. The minute my baby was on my chest, the world faded away. It's like it was just him and me.
Yeah.
And I was grateful. I was crying. I couldn't feel like those 9 months of difficulties and challenges gone in a second. Like it just vanished. I couldn't think of anything. Nothing mattered except for my boy in my arms.
Yeah. Nothing else.
And nothing. I just couldn't be bothered. And it was him, it was me. Then of course, after he was put on me, he was taken away to be cleaned. They had to get the entire, they had to clean him up. They had to weigh him. The pediatrician was in there with us. So of course, along with him, my husband also vanished. Eventually just my sister. While I was getting stitched up, it was just my sister and me. And my husband was like, "Okay, I'm going where the baby is." And so that was my initial immediate reaction. And it was just a lot of gratitude. Immediately after that, I was shifted to the regular room. I was really exhausted because I had a night-long labor for 12 hours. And exact 12 hours. So my water birth at 7 p.m. And I did not even know. I was exercising. And I was doing weighted squats with my dog. Like, this has to be the funniest story in the whole wide world.
Please tell us.
So a best friend, one of my best friends, she is a child psychologist, and she specializes in a lot of
you must share
development,
so that
cognitive.
The community knows who she is.
Laja Sangvi from Firefly.
Okay. I'm going to note that down.
So she did see. You must. Laja Sangvi, Firefly is the name of the clinic, and I'm very happy to share the contacts. So she helped Gautam and me through this entire. So we did not do any official parent classes, and my mom and my mom-in-law, bless you, my mom and my mom-in-law always told us that, oh, it'll come naturally. But Gautam and I were very anxious because we had never really held a newborn baby in our hands before. So we did not even know how this is going to feel. So even though we both had nephews and nieces and they're very close to us, I was always away at work. I was always shooting. So this was literally the first time in my life that I took a break, and I spent so much time, invested so much time on myself, on my child, on my family, on my physical being. And this is the first time I carried someone so tiny and so fragile and so young, and this little thing that belongs to me. Well, I can't really say that, but who came into my life and made me a mom.
Of course, no, but it belongs to the two, he belongs to the two of you, and it's just, you should say, I feel like you should say it every day, all the time. Like sometimes I see my children fighting in bed, and I'm like, I get out of the fight. Sometimes I'm undoing that fight because they're obsessed with biting each other. And they're like, somebody's biting their nose, somebody's biting their arm, and all that. They're like, it's just what it is. And then I get out of it and I look at them and I'm just like, these are ours. And just like, and then dive straight back into like undoing that bite. Like, she's obsessed with his nose and he's obsessed with hers. But yeah, I mean, just like, come on, you gotta have one more quickly. I know.
That
it's the
conversation
reaction I get
is
from
for
every mom who's got a 3-month-old baby at home. No, but I want to know about the dog story. And then you were doing squats.
Yeah, so so that particular evening we had a session with Laja, and immediately after, so I make fun of her and I keep telling her this. I'm like, because of yours, you sent me straight to labor. I mean, that's the amount you brainwashed me that I went straight into the OT immediately after your session. But anyway, after that, I missed my workout that particular day, and I was trying to stay fit, and I was trying to do yoga and incorporate whatever possible stretching and whatever I possibly could, just so that my delivery is smooth. That particular day I couldn't work out for XYZ reasons. I went to the gynac that very morning, and she said, okay, any minute now. So we were like, okay, this will happen within a week or so. And Gautam comes back from work. We have a tiny little puppy. We got her a couple of months ago, before Neil, of course. And I was feeling very maternal that evening. I'm not a dog person, and I'm still acclimatizing to my little baby pup. But that particular evening, I was super maternal, and we usually go for a walk, Gautam and I together.
When you
every
say
evening.
super maternal, in any case, one is maternal around their pregnancy. So what did you feel that was different? Why would you say super maternal?
So dogs are not allowed on my furniture. My puppy is not allowed to climb on the bed, and she's not allowed to jump on the sofa. And I was sitting with her in my lap, cuddling her, giving her all sorts of hugs and kisses and loving her and, babying her. And then I picked her up and I sat on my Swiss ball and I started bouncing. Obviously, my water would burst. And then we call up the gynac and I decide to go for a bath because I suddenly think to myself that I can't go and give birth with dirty hair. My hair has to be in order.
I have to say.
I wash my hair.
No, vanity before all else. Yeah.
High five, sister.
Yeah.
So I go for a bath. I blast dry my hair, and I go to the hospital. This is so from 7 to about 9:30. We quickly grab a bite. My husband tells the doctor, "Oh, so she's having a bath. We'll come there in about an hour." And the doctor's like, "Gautam, 3rd floor, maternity ward now." Like, what do you mean half an hour, 45? You're not giving me an appointment.
From this place? How far is your home from the
Luckily, 15 minutes.
Okay,
15
so you
minutes.
live that side of town.
I live in Malabar Hill.